So it was the Christmas of either 2007 or 2008, and we were at my grandparents' house. And me, being a snoopy little brat, tried to search the house for some hidden presents. And when I got to the basement, I saw what my grandparents had gotten for the family, which was a Wii. And I was also unfortunately caught, so I did get in a bit of trouble for this, but nothing really that too bad. But regardless, we still got the Wii, and when we brought it home and set it up and got it running, a whole new world of gaming was opened up to me. I got to experience the world of motion controls with games like Wii Sports and Wii Play, but the titles I definitely remember the most are Mario Kart Wii and Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and the games that I bought off the Virtual Console. But there was one game that I would end up putting higher than the rest, that being the Simpsons game. A game that, yeah, today I would still say that it is good, but I think I just held it in higher regard back when I was a kid, since I knew how bad a licensed game could be, and so if they were just even average, I would consider them greater than most other games. I mean, another perfect example of this is how my kid self felt about Ed and Eddie the Misadventures versus how my adult self feels about it. But what probably gave this game the edge is the fact that I'm a huge Simpsons fan, both today and even back then. Now, fast forward a bit to, I want to say, mid 2009, and I start watching Let's Plays of the Simpsons game, and when I watch them, I notice that there is a whole section of the game that I never knew existed. This being the town of Springfield itself, which, for context, in the Wii version you are only able to explore the Simpsons' home and nothing else. Of course, now I can look at this situation and say that the town wasn't in the Wii version because of space limitations. But as a kid who did not know any better, thought that there was maybe some secret way to unlock the town. But my hopes would end up being dashed as I would continue to watch the Let's Plays, and the commenter would eventually say how it sucks that the town wasn't in the Wii version. And so then began my quest to experience this missing piece of the puzzle within the Simpsons game. And I did so by buying a PS2 and getting its version. But imagine how disappointed I was when, after beating the first level and being loaded back into the same house as before, but still not being able to leave it. So once again, I was prevented from entering the town and stuck with a whole new console that I really didn't want, since I already had an original Xbox. But I was willing to give the console one last chance, as I went to GameStop and attempted to pull a fast one and buy a copy of GTA 3. A game which I did know about, but was never able to have, since my mom didn't allow me to own M-rated games. But since I was a kid and with my dad, the clerk working there didn't let me buy the game due to, quote, "I can be arrested for selling you this game." Which I could understand if maybe I was alone, but it was with my dad. Isn't it supposed to be, you're supposed to ask the parent if they're okay with their child buying an M-rated game? But whatever. Regardless, this incident was the final nail in the coffin for my PS2, so I would end up selling the console and the few games I had for it at a garage sale, and basically end up trading it in for an Xbox 360 arcade. And of course, you know what the first game I got was. And after all that build-up, I was finally able to walk outside the Simpson household and explore the missing link that was the town of Springfield at my own leisure. Now, why did I decide to tell this story to you? Well, I'll tell you why. It's because the Xbox 360 was essentially the beginning of my online life, and it's honestly just funny to look back on how such a small detail in a game, plus an unfortunate set of circumstances, would end up to me buying the system. And the fact that all the multiplayer and co-op games that I would end up playing, friends that I would make, and all the good times and cherished memories I would create along the way all stem from me playing an underperforming port of a licensed game. But yeah, that's the story, and I hope you enjoyed. And here's most of it. I wasn't really gonna bother getting out the wires, but there's the box it came in. There's the controller, which I'm pretty sure doesn't even, like, is able to connect to a console anymore. I'm pretty sure the X button is also broken. But then you have the console itself, which on this side, it looks perfectly fine, but then you pull it up, and you basically have a Terminator here. It's definitely seen better days. Funnily enough, this thing still works. It's just the disk drive is busted. So what do you do when that happens? You upgrade. And you also move on to the next generation. Here's Cursed Frank.
Hello everybody, I'm here with my second video to show you my Xbox 360. It may be the arcade, but it's very good. It's better than nothing. Anyway, here it is. My Xbox 360 arcade. I don't have a hard drive yet, but still, I'll get one. Let's see, yeah. I have two games for it. I have this one. And I have this one. I will be planning to do those games. I just don't know when. Anyway, see you guys later.